This is Northport Now, where we bring you everything happening in and around our city. Today we're talking about the Price Boulevard Widening project, which was approved to go forward by the City Commission last week. The Northport City Commission approved the construction contract for the Price Boulevard Widening project on March 18th, solidifying an April 2025 start for this multi-year project. This project will cover approximately 2.75 miles from east of Sumter Boulevard to west of Toledo Blade Boulevard. The road will go from 2 to 5 lanes, add multi-use paths, street lighting, move the above-ground drainage system underground, and more. Voters approved a referendum in 2022 to borrow up to approximately $80 million in bonds payable with Sarasota County pennies sales tax funds to widen the road. After Hurricane Ian and other significant weather events impacted Price Boulevard, the imminent need to improve the Northport artery became clearer. Here's Deputy Director of the Department of Public Works, Tricia Wisner, to talk more about this milestone. Thank you for joining us today, Tricia.
Thank you for having me.
So the first question, it's an easy one. Is this really actually happening?
The Price Boulevard Widening project is really, truly actually happening. We're very excited for this extremely important project. And the City Commission approved the contract. So we are having our construction meeting, our pre-construction meeting with the contractor April 2nd to set the plans to go forward.
That seems pretty for sure. So this is the city's biggest infrastructure project to date, right?
It is, and thank you to the voters for voting for the referendum to allow us to have the funding to do this critical project. This is a very large project that will impact all areas of the city. The residents, the staff, all departments, anyone that drives through the city will start to feel the impacts of a widened Price Boulevard.
And that includes people trying to get to school, that includes first responders, a ton of different benefits from this, right?
Absolutely. From school buses to Amazon delivery drivers, this project will definitely impact the traffic flow throughout the city.
That's awesome. I know many of us have been stuck behind a garbage truck, which is not their fault. It'll be nice for that not to happen. So what are the steps now? You mentioned a pre-construction meeting, but what are the next steps now that the contract is approved?
So the first step is the pre-construction meeting, and we'll start to lay out the plans for how this construction will look. I know we have a lot of questions with which side of the road is it going to start on first, or what can we expect. We'll have more details after that April 2nd meeting. And what's going to be really key for us is to continue to have great communication. So we're thankful for our communications team and for our CEI company that's helping us make sure that we get the messaging out. But as we move forward through the project, we'll be pushing that information out so residents can know exactly what to expect.
So on that same note, what are the construction hours for this project, and will the road remain open while the construction's going on?
Our work with the contractor is to keep the road open as much as possible throughout the entire time. We really anticipate only minor closures. That will be when we're doing the work over the crossings. So as they're bringing in the new box culverts to change those crossings, we'll have to detour traffic. Otherwise, we're looking to keep at least one lane in both directions moving. Please be careful and patient when you're driving through a construction zone. We'll have flaggers out there. There'll be signage. It may slow things down for a little bit while we make this improvement. Work will happen pretty much from 7 to 5 every day. However, on the days that we're doing the crossings, those may happen at night so that we impact the least amount of drivers possible. But all this information, again, we'll continue to put it out so that people can be aware and can adjust their daily commute as needed.
So just to make it clear for everyone, by crossings, you mean waterway crossings?
I do. I mean the 4 waterway crossings that we saw that were impacted by Ian. I think everybody's pretty familiar with what that looked like. So as we improve those waterway crossings, we may need to close the road for a short period of time so that that work can be completed. And we're looking to do that waterway crossing work at night.
And so, as you mentioned, there's going to be lots of ways to keep up to date on this project. One of them is right here on the podcast. We'll do periodic updates. But what is like the main hub where people can go to get information?
The website will be kept up to date with a lot of information for this. So if you visit northportfl.gov/price, there's going to be information about what the construction plans are and what you can see as happening as this project moves through all the stages.
And on that website, you can also find a dedicated voicemail box for Price Boulevard, a dedicated email address, and a way to subscribe to get email updates only about Price Boulevard. So there's lots of ways to stay in touch. So, Tricia, is there anything else that you wanted to add to end this interview?
Again, a thank you to residents for voting for the referendum for this project and to the Commission for supporting us. The Department of Public Works is very excited to start this historic project for the city of Northport. And while we know there'll be some growing pains while we go through construction, we know the end product will definitely serve our city for many years to come.
Absolutely. We appreciate your department's hard work getting to this point. So thank you so much for joining us today, Tricia.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Northport Now. Be sure to check out the show notes for links and more details on everything we covered today. Have a great week, Northport, and don't forget to stay informed, stay engaged, and stay connected.